Good morning, my dear students, teachers, and distinguished guests, Mr. Haris NP and Mr. Shanoj. A warm welcome to each one of you present here. Today is a day when we are inaugurating our summer clubs, and we have just inaugurated our 10 clubs, and now we are going to inaugurate the most important club that's not for the summer only, that is going to be with the students throughout the year and the years to come. And that is the most important aspect of education for 21st century. And that is the future of school education or even higher education. I'm talking about the Club of Coding and Artificial Intelligence that we are going to introduce in our India International School from coming session July onwards. Then the concept of this club is given by Haris MP, who is based in UK. And we are grateful for him that he has spared his valuable time to be with us and to highlight what exactly is Coding and Artificial Intelligence Club and how it functions in the school in collaboration with the teachers, parents, and the students. And I request the parents to be very attentive and to listen to the whole presentation of Mr. Haris NP, as it is going to help them to deal with their students' future endeavors. And this club is the most important club, I must tell you, my dear students, and it is given by Cyber Esquire, that is already run in many schools in Gulf, in many schools in other countries, and even many schools in India, including DPS and other prestigious schools. It's my privilege to have Mr. Haris with us this morning. Now, Mr. Haris, over to you, please. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you. It's indeed a honor and privilege to be with you, ma'am. So I'll share my PPT, and before that, congratulations to all the clubs that you have inaugurated. I mean, I could see that the cooking club is there and some of the other clubs, and I really appreciate the management's decision to start clubs because that is something which will help the students to actually ignite their passion and do something actually other than the academics. It's very important also. And dear friends and parents, a very good morning to you. Okay. So I'll start my presentation. I hope my presentation is visible.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So it's an orientation about cybersecurity for the parents, and this includes. I'll be talking. I mean, in my presentation, it includes importance of AI and coding, skills required for the future. Why should our children learn AI and coding from a young age? How does cybersecurity help you to prepare for the future jobs and cybersecurity activities and plan for the school? Firstly, importance of artificial intelligence and coding. So before I talk about the importance, I should talk what is the artificial intelligence. It's when a computer is able to perform tasks that usually require human intelligence, we can say that the computer has artificial intelligence. I'll tell you with some examples. First thing is driverless cars. A lot of people would have seen Elon Musk's Tesla car. So it actually there's no driver for that particular car. I mean, legally it is not yet happened, but sooner or later it will happen. So the backend behind the driverless cars is AI, and Sophia, who was the first humanoid who got citizenship in the Saudi Arabia, she's also I mean the backend behind that is again artificial intelligence, and some of you will be knowing Alexa and Siri also. That is again when you talk to a computer, like I want to book an appointment for me. All these things the computer is able to recognize. That is artificial intelligence. And then we have maps. This is something which everybody will be using. Like if you want to go somewhere, you just put on Google Maps and then go, like wherever you are. Whether you're like if you're new to a place, it helps a lot. The backend behind that is also artificial intelligence. And then coming back to coding, what is coding? Like a lot of people hear that coding is there, programming, all these things, but a lot of people don't understand the exact meaning of it. So I'll explain the technical meaning. That is, it is the process of communicating with the computer to get a desired output. So, or we can, in a different way, we can say that it is a language of machines. So see, now I'm talking to you in English, okay, and English is not my mother tongue. Why am I able to talk to you in English? Because um, because I'm sorry, there was somebody to admit in, this to the meeting. So why am I saying that you're able to understand English? Because somebody taught you what is English, right? In the same way, when you understand the language of computers, you can get some desired output from the computer. So that's the idea about coding. So, and when you talk about, like, we have English, Hindi, Spanish, a lot of different Chinese, different languages, right? In the same way, computer coding is also having different languages: C, JavaScript, C++, Java, Python. All these things are there. And see, the idea of this particular thing is that by communicating what is that you are going to build, that is, for example, now we are using Zoom, Google Meet, Facebook, WhatsApp, everything, whatever you see in the internet, it's all developed using programming languages. That means you have a machine, and you say to the machine that you perform some tasks using the language of the computers, and then the computer gives that particular output. Okay, so that is the idea of this particular having knowing about the computer languages. And then another thing is coding and AI. How is it related? And the basic idea is that if you want to build something in artificial intelligence, you should know coding, because that is a language. I would say it in this particular different way. For example, if you know the words of English, then you can create a sentence, right? It's like that. So if you know coding, then only you can build AI. And we talk about technology in future. So ma'am was talking about 21st century, and what is going to be there. So that is the technology in future will mean coding or programming, artificial intelligence, robotics, Internet of Things, augmented reality, and virtual reality. When you say all these things, what is that we need to do? So we need to focus on what are the skills that will be required when you are going to live in this particular thing. The first and foremost thing is programming or language of the machines, and then the secondly, it will be the four C's, or the critical thinking, creativity, communication, and collaboration. And then the main thing is innovative attitude. See, what we need to understand is that a skill that you had in some time will actually differ. I mean, it will differ from time to time, because, for example, 30 years back, if you talk about somebody who remembers a lot of things, will have a used to have an added advantage. But now, if you remember what is the capital of India, or what is the capital of Australia, it doesn't matter, because you can get that information in no time. Or somebody who knows how to use a sword doesn't have any importance, because we have guns. I mean, so my point, what I'm trying to say is that it all matters, time to time. So when you are going to live in a particular world, what is that particular skill that you will require is something the school has to think, and then the school has to impart to the students, because when they come out of the school, they will be requiring some different skills. So so what are those skills? That is what I just explained. And then see, when we talk about this particular future skills, you might think that, okay, now anyway we are talking about another 10 years, 20, 12 years later. But that is not the idea. The idea is that, for example, Tanmay Bakshi, he's 12 years old, and he's already getting into the young program on IB's artificial intelligence platform. So the idea is that, you are in this particular world, you don't have to wait until you get 25 to start earning money, or to make a living. You would have a lot of people will be knowing about Ryan's World. They are making around $175 million a year, but it's a YouTube channel. So these are the things that the students can actually start when they are a very young age. So the point is that the skills that we used to acquire at the age of 25, 30, that particular time is also gone. So we need to make sure that our students are getting this skills at a very young age. And then another thing is, like, there are a lot of discussions. Why should our children learn AI and coding from young age? Ma'am already discussed about CPSE introducing coding from young age. So the first and foremost thing, it's an academic requirement. If you want to pass out of your school, um, if you want to pass out of your school, like, 10th grade, before that you should learn coding and AI. It is discussed in 4.25. It is recognized as a mathematics and mathematics. So you can see here that in this, they clearly talk about in the middle school, activities involved in coding will be introduced in the middle stage. And then CBSE also now it has introduced in grades 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, introduced AI as a skill subject. but I appreciate the school on taking the, cybersecurity, because we are starting coding from grade 1 onwards and artificial intelligence from grade 2. So it's a major step that we are taking, and I think in the UP, this will be the first school to start coding and AI from grade 1. And then future skill requirements, I was talking about the future skill requirement. I already told you about different things there. See, it's going to be the basic literacy. Even managers and doctors started learning Python. And another thing is, see, if you know how the computers work, you will be a little more comfortable. Now we know that we went, because of the pandemic, we went online. But if you had known computers in a better way, you would have been more comfortable using machines. And then you can create your own digital world. See, whatever we are using now, as I said earlier, it is all created using what do you call it, it's all created using coding. And then another important thing is careers. All jobs under coding AI are termed as high skill jobs. See, if you want to migrate, to US, Canada, Australia, or UK, anywhere, it's very easy for a programmer or a technical or a data scientist to migrate. Why? Because they have skill shortage. And see, what is the normal idea of migration? If you are in a medical field, you can migrate, or if you are in a technical field, you can migrate. The problem with medical field is that if you are doing an MBBS in India, you have to do some course in the UK or US to get that, or you have to pass exams. But if you're doing data science or any of these things, you don't have to take any exams, because the language of computers is same all over the world. Whether you're doing Python in India or whether you're doing Python in the Canada or US, it's all same. And then another most important thing is cybersecurity. If you know how these kind of things are working, more secure usage of computers and internet, especially for girls, because if they really understand, then there are a lot of fake things that is happening in the internet world, and you can actually prevent it. You can clearly know what is happening. You would have heard about this blue whale game and all. But if you know programming, you know that it's just a program. But some people who don't understand how the computers works, they don't know that it is a program, and they tend to follow what is given in that particular program. And then another thing is, as you know, computers are going to be everywhere, in car, aeroplane, TV, fridges, etc. And then problem solving using technology. Any solution will require tracking of data, monitor, and review. See, whether you are in any field, maybe you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, but you should clearly know that, okay, what exactly is the data. For example, you have 100 customers or 1,000 customers, and then if you want to see how it is going, or maybe the students' data, like how my child is learning in grade 1 to grade 10, if you have that particular data, then you will be able to take an informed decision. So any problem solving that you're looking at, or any company that you want to create, will require a data thing. And the moment you talk about data processing, it is again coding. And then another important thing is that the student will be able to build something on their own. For example, you're all using different apps, WhatsApp, Facebook, or whatever apps that you're using, Google Slides and something. So, but how are these things created? So as you can see, like one student is creating an Android application, and then some students are doing a documentary on social media and cybersecurity. Some have created web applications, robot. This is all kits that they are making. So they will have, like, some more productive time. Or we all know that students have a lot of energy. So where do we channelize that energy into something creative and something useful for the society? So, I just want to add one more thing. If you're learning coding, it will also enhance your problem-solving skills, critical thinking, logical thinking, and creativity, and many more. See, the main thing about critical thinking is that you have to critically analyze something and decide what needs to be done. So, where all these things come is like, see, now you are able to see my screen, right? So, how do you see that screen? It's you have to critically analyze. Okay, if I do like this particular thing, this is how the other person will see. Like that, you have to critically analyze and take decisions, because this is something you are doing by yourself. And you need to decide how the UI should look, or UI means user interface should look. So these are different other skills that, or it's called transferable skills, that you can get using coding. And then what exactly are we doing? Cybersquare equips our children to face these new challenges and grab the opportunities of future. So the whole idea is that by the time you get out of the school, you should be prepared to face the challenges and also the grab the opportunities. And how do we do that? So we impart strong technology skills. Once you start doing our programs, then it will be like a cakewalk for you to understand technology and computers and things like that. And another one is entrepreneurship driven approach. So there is it's a buzzword in the industry that everybody wants to start their own enterprises and things like that. So how do you actually do that when you're doing a project? The next point is project based approach. So we are, the moment you learn basic coding and other things, then we will slowly think about creating a product and uh, talking about taking it to the market and things like that. And also be prepared for competitions, national and international competitions. So I'm sorry about that. National and international competition. So we are doing. I mean, ma'am was talking about we are doing it in Gulf countries. So we have a lot of students who actually became the finalists for this particular event that is done by the UAE government. So these are the different activities that cyber square does for the students in terms of equipping them for the future. So one thing is ICT skill workshop for the students, and see, we know that we are implementing it from grade 1 to all the grades. So there will be some gap that student might feel, okay, oh, how can I start learning HTML in grade 5 or JavaScript in grade 5? I don't know about HTML. Then for that we will conduct workshops. And then ma'am was talking about coding club. So we'll provide professional coding club is for the people who are really passionate, and we are implementing this particular curriculum for all the students. But again, we have this coding club where we train them, professionally train the students who are more interested in this kind of activities. And then we also provide a UK certification for the students. And then we already discussed AI aligned curriculum and lessons will be there. And then we really understand that if you want to take the students to the next level, it is very important that even the parents understand this particular thing. Even this is part of what it's a parent orientation for that we're doing, to make the parents aware what is coding and AI. So now, if you are talking to somebody, you can say that, okay, what is coding? Coding is the language of machines, or how you communicate with computers. So this way we will be giving digital empowerment program every week, conduct sessions where the parents can join and ask questions. So it's basically a weekly training session for the parents to equip them also in the technology thing. And then it will be good also because they don't have to, I mean, the people who joined in the particular meeting will also be parents, and there'll be interactions, things like that. And then we were talking about this. These are the books which you've already received, and it will be distributed in the school. So we have these are the different textbooks that we have. And then this is a certificate that we will be giving to the student. And then we also have an online learning platform. So this will every student will be having a username and password. And then they will be able to submit their assignments online. So it's basically a learning management system where the it will be auto evaluated, and it will help the students to learn coding and things like that. And then we also conduct something called Digital Fest. I'll just play a video for the Digital Fest. It's basically they're creating something, and the students will be able to showcase that in the Digital Fest, which happens once in a year in the school. Again, these are some of the student projects that is done at Digital. So, when when we actually get out of we will be doing it currently in the online mode. But when we start our schools, it will be an event, something like this. We will have stalls and other things for the students. So they will actually create their own projects, and then they will explain to the parents and students. And then again, like, you will have a doubt that, what exactly the students will be doing. They will actually log on to our platform, and then start learning coding through games and puzzles. And then they also create their own websites and app, not just use them. Like, we all use different websites, but we take it to the next level where they actually create websites. And then one more advantage is that learn anywhere from anytime. So we understand that a lot of people will have mobile phone, so the platform they can use in mobile phone also. And then we have group activities. For example, the projects when they're doing, they will actually collaborate with their friends and then create projects. So the whole idea is that we bring in a culture where they talk about technology, and what are the things are doing. I mean, the what are the new things that is happening in the industry and things like so. There's a lot of collaboration that will happen between the students. And then the most important thing is, like, they create projects in internet of things, robotics, AI, games, websites, etc. And then finally, with all these things, what are we doing? We are shifting the students from users of technology to the creators of technology. We all use technology, like, maybe like you spend more time with your mobile phone or computers than in your job or anywhere. And then the idea is like this: okay, we may not be able to prepare the future for our children, but we can at least prepare our children for the future. Okay, with this, I conclude my presentation, and I am open for questions.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Harris. It was really informative session. And dear students, many a times we have already announced and we have already informed you that we are going to start this club. And for this club, we have to select 100 students, those who are bright enough on the merit cum means basis. And I have already announced about the scholarship and sponsorship. So CyberCo Square is going to conduct the test. And I request Mr. Shanoj and Mr. Harris to kindly just brief little bit about the syllabus. So the students, which type of preparation they have to do, so that 1 week time we can give them for the preparation, and then we will conduct a test to check their aptitude. And then those who are going to qualify in that top 100 students, we are going to select, and then we are going to give them this a platform on the scholarship basis, and rest others can join on fee basis. So the choice is given to them. So may I request you, Haris, to kindly just elaborate about the syllabus of this aptitude test, which we are going to conduct for them after a week?
Okay, so it will be based on categories. For example, like a grade one will be different, grade two will be different, and it will be normal mathematical questions, very simple ones. And there'll be some kind of application questions also, but we understand that we haven't started coding there, so there won't be any questions from the coding side. It will be completely based on the mathematics that you're learning. I mean, yeah, mainly mathematics, and for the higher grades, maybe a physics, or like one or two questions from the physics will also be there. For example, what is this, a velocity? How do you find the velocity of a car? If it is traveling from this distance to this distance in this particular thing, and what is the displacement? All these things will be there. So that will be there'll be we'll be conducting that exam using our platform, which I will just, I was talking about a learning platform, which I'll just share that again once again. So you'll be given a username and password, which you will be logging. This is what I was talking about, that particular platform. So here there'll be an exam which you can actually attempt. So it will be maybe a 40 minutes or 1 hour test that we will be giving.
Okay.
So you will be able to answer the test using this also. What do you call, using your computer also. I mean, mobile also. Sorry.
Actually, they all are doing their classes. They are all are taking their classes on the mobile only.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you will be able to do that in the mobile also.
So if whatever you are planning for them, even for the course also, so you just keep in mind that they have the mobile with them. So whatever for applications you are like making or using for them, that has to be mobile friendly.
Yeah. It is already mobile friendly. So they will be able to answer these things in the mobile phone. For example, this is how you will be getting a question, like, this is some of the sample questions that I'm talking about. Okay, so you will be able to answer it in your computer. So software can do, instead of this there will be some question from mathematics and other things. So I mean, other means for the higher grades there will be something from the physics also. So like this you can just select and then submit, and it will be this test is going to be like that.
So basically they have to focus on mathematics and English reading, because naturally the questions will be in English.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention that. Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and one more thing, if you have any doubts you can ask me in Hindi also. I understand Hindi.
Okay,
And
so
I have one connection with UP as such, because I studied in Motilal Nehru National Institute of Technology, Allahabad.
okay.
So I love Allahabad actually because I did my 4 years there. Yeah.
तो ये तो बहुत ही अच्छी बात बताई है अभी हैरिस साहब ने कि वो हिंदी भी समझते हैं अच्छी तरह से। तो अगर आपके जहन में बच्चों कोई सवाल है इस कोर्स के बारे में, जो हम कोर्स इंट्रोड्यूस करने वाले हैं न्यू सेशन में क्लास 1 से लेके क्लास 8 तक के लिए, और इस कोर्स के बारे में मैंने ये कहा कि हमने ऑलरेडी 100 बच्चों के लिए स्कॉलरशिप की बात कर ली है। ऑलरेडी 100 बच्चों की स्पॉन्सरशिप आई है, जो कि मेरिट कम मीन्स बेसिस पे होगा। आपका टेस्ट होगा, उसमें जो बच्चे अच्छे नंबर लाएंगे उनको वो मिलेगा। उसमें आपको फिर इस कोर्स के लिए कुछ फीस नहीं जमा करनी होगी, ठीक है, वो आपको स्कॉलरशिप में कवर होगा। लेकिन जो बच्चे उस टेस्ट को क्वालिफाई नहीं कर पाएंगे और फिर भी उनको ये कोर्स अच्छा लग रहा है और वो करना चाहते हैं, तो फिर वो फीस बेसिस पे इसको ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं इस कोर्स को। तो उस कोर्स की तैयारी के लिए आपको मैथमेटिक्स और इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज और साइंस, इन सबको थोड़ी तैयारी कीजिए आप। आफ्टर अ वीक वी आर गोइंग टू हैव द टेस्ट। वो हैरिस साहब ने बताया ऑनलाइन ही होगा, तो उस ऑनलाइन टेस्ट में आप सब अपेयर होंगे। जितने भी बच्चे यहाँ पे मौजूद हैं और जो नहीं भी है उन तक भी मैसेज पहुंचाया जाएगा, एंड देन यू विल बी एबल टू डू दिस कोर्स। एंड अभी बताया गया आपको कि दिस इज द मोस्ट प्रेस्टिजियस कोर्स, जो कि अभी तक यूपी के किसी स्कूल में साइबर स्क्वायर नहीं आया है। सो योर स्कूल इज गोइंग टू बी द फर्स्ट स्कूल दैट इज गोइंग टू स्टार्ट साइबर स्क्वायर। और ये बहुत ही बड़ी बात होगी कि छोटे छोटे बच्चे कंप्यूटर लिटरेसी में या फिर आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस में वो अगर एप्लीकेशन बेसिस तक नहीं पहुंचेंगे तो कम से कम वो नॉलेज बेसिस पे तो रहेंगे, उन्हें सब मालूमात रहेगी कि किस तरह से आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस काम करता है, किस तरह से कोडिंग काम करता है, क्या ये चीजें है, क्या किस बला का नाम है, VR AR क्या चीज होती है। क्योंकि सबसे पहला स्टेप होता है हमारा किसी भी एजुकेशन में, पहला स्टेप होता है जानकारी, यानी कि नॉलेज हासिल करना। पहले तो हम चीजों को जानें, फिर दूसरा स्टेप होता है उसका एप्लीकेशन, कि अगर हमने चीजों को जान लिया तो उसको बरतना कैसे, उसे अपनी जिंदगी में लाना कैसे, लागू कैसे करना है। फिर उसके बाद होता है उसको एनालाइज करना। फिर उसके बाद तब फाइनली स्टेज होता है कि हम वैसी कोई चीज हम भी क्रिएट करें जो उससे बेहतर हो और उससे ज्यादा आसान यूज करने में हो और उससे ज्यादा सस्ती हो। जो ऑलरेडी चीज बन चुकी है, अगर वही चीज आपने महंगे दाम पे बना दी तो फिर कोई फायदा ही नहीं हुआ, दुनिया को क्या फायदा हुआ। लेकिन वही चीज आपने अगर ज्यादा यूजर फ्रेंडली बनाई, कम पैसों में बनाई, आसानी से यूज करने के लायक बनाई, तो वो आपकी एक क्रिएटिविटी हो जाएगी। तो ये जो पहला स्टेप नॉलेज का है ये बहुत जरूरी है। पहले हमें मालूम तो हो कि दुनिया में है क्या क्या चीजें जो हमें करना है, तभी तो हम आगे बढ़ेंगे उसके लिए। तो अगर आपके जहन में कोई सवाल है, टीचर्स के जहन में भी या बच्चों के जहन में, तो आप हारिस साहब से पूछ सकते हैं।
Thank
If
you,
you
ma'am.
have any questions, raise up your hand. Okay, I can see Saad Zakir has some question. Yes, Saad Zakir.
मैम अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम।
मैम गुड मॉर्निंग।
गुड मॉर्निंग।
मैम हम ये कोर्स करना चाहते हैं और मैम इसके लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा हमें? क्या
इसके लिए
क्या
आप
करनी पड़ेगी?
इसके लिए आपको टेस्ट देना पड़ेगा। तो पहले आप मैथ्स, इंग्लिश, साइंस की तैयारी अच्छे से कर लीजिए।
ओके मैम। मैम टेस्ट कब है?
जी हारिस साहब, कैन वी फिक्स अ डेट फॉर द टेस्ट?
we will inform them right next week में जब भी है।
नेक्स्ट वीक में होगा, हम आपको बता देंगे, व्हाट्सएप के जरिए आपको मैसेज पहुंच जाएगा।
ओके मैम। मैम थैंक यू।
वेलकम। कोई और क्वेश्चन है? अच्छा, एक बात ये भी बता दूं कि ये जो कोर्स है वो चाहे आप किसी भी प्रोफेशन में जाएंगे, जैसे कि हम तो सबसे आसान प्रोफेशन जो समझा जाता है, सिंपल प्रोफेशन टीचिंग प्रोफेशन समझा जाता है, हालांकि होता नहीं है, दुनिया समझती है, लेकिन तो इस प्रोफेशन में भी अगर आपकी पकड़ डिजिटल लिटरेसी पे ज्यादा है, कॉम्पिटेंसी आपके अंदर ज्यादा है, तो आप बहुत आगे तक जा सकते हैं। तो हर फील्ड में, चाहे आप इंजीनियरिंग में जाएंगे, चाहे आप अकाउंट्स में जाएंगे, मैनेजमेंट में जाएंगे, चाहे आप एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में जाएंगे, चाहे आप किसी भी फील्ड में जाएंगे, अगर आपने डिजिटल कॉम्पिटेंसी में अपना एक मकाम बनाया है, तो आप बिल्कुल अलग ही रहेंगे। सबसे पहले आपको लोग पकड़ेंगे, क्योंकि अब आज के जमाने में बगैर आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के कोई डिपार्टमेंट है ही नहीं जहां काम होता हो।
Yeah.
और आने वाले दिन में और बढ़ेगा।
Yes. Ma'am, I just want to add something to that. जैसे if somebody learned English properly 30 years back, अभी लगता है ना कि जब जाते हैं कि उसका English अच्छा है, that is same thing will happen like with coding also. Like if you know coding, after 15-20 years, you know, there'll be some people that, oh, he knows coding, you know, it'll be like that, you know. And if you don't know English now, there'll be a lot of people, oh, I should have learned English when I was in school. You know, the same way students will also feel like, no, I should have learned coding when I was in school. So
You
this
are right.
exact thing will happen actually, because the new language is a machine's language.
So is there any course for the teachers also, or teachers can also learn along with the students?
Yes, we have courses. We have online certification courses for the teachers, and yes, that will also be implemented there. So we provide certification for the teachers. Yes.
Okay, so dear teachers, there is a good news for you as well. You can also learn coding. You can also learn all these digital. You can also be digitally intelligent. So now one more type of intelligence is introduced, that is digitally intelligent. Okay, Haris, I think it is for today. It's enough. Let them ponder upon this. Let them think,
Okay.
and let them try to, because this is the first information they are getting about this. And you will also be surprised to know that online they have started just learning 2-3 months back, but they have picked very fast, and they are doing lots of things only with mobile. That also I am surprised that only with mobile, all the teachers also and the students also, they are doing lots of things. So we are very proud of them, and inshallah this is going to be a great venture, not only for them but for all of us.
Yeah, inshallah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, shall we request Umar sir to kindly propose vote of thanks? Mr. Umar?
Yes. Most valued principal ma'am, my teachers, parents, my dear friends, and everyone.
Thank you.
उमर सर आवाज नहीं आ पा रही है, तो चलिए कोई बात नहीं है. It is understood that you have thanked and we have accepted. I think there is some network issue. Yes, Saida, what is your question?
मैम जैसे कि हम थर्ड क्लास में हैं, बी क्लास में साइंस से हैं, मीडिया से हैं, हमारी क्लास गेम से होगा. मैं क्वेश्चन है,
आप ईवीएस की तैयारी कर लीजिए, आप मैथ्स, ईवीएस और इंग्लिश की कर लीजिए, ठीक है?
और मैम हमारे भैया फर्स्ट क्लास में हैं,
तो वो भी मैथ्स, इंग्लिश और ईवीएस की कर लेंगे.
ओके मैम.
थैंक यू वेरी मच.
हमारी क्लास के लेवल का ही होगा,
सबका क्लास वाइज होगा, ग्रेडेड, यानी क्लास 1 का आसान, 2 का उससे मुश्किल, 3 का उससे मुश्किल, ऐसे होगा. Now this is the time to express our gratitude and thanks to the guests for today, and let me present a token of our gratitude to Mr. Haris. Yes, Mr. Haris, this is presented to you in sincere appreciation of, of him. I have to make contribution as a guest speaker to the inauguration of clubs at our India International School, UP on 21st. So please accept it from us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, receiving this recognition. Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you very much, Mr. Shanoj. Thank you for organizing such an event. And thank you, everyone. My dear students, give a big round of applause to our guest for today, Mr. Haris. And we are going to have long association with him. So,
Inshallah.
yes, inshallah, let's hope for the better. Thank you very much.